What's up, guys? It's Brandon with Extreme Daily Drivers, where we are always balling on a budget and wrenching in our garage. Today we're going to polish up this old aluminum radiator for my 91 Honda Prelude, get it shining nice and new, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So what's up, guys? Here we have the aluminum radiator from my 91 Prelude. I got this. This was one of my first purchases when I first got the car. I was really excited to put an aluminum radiator in a car. I've never done it. It's always been one of those things, for whatever reason, that I've always wanted to do to a car. I picked this thing up off eBay, and if you've watched my previous videos, you know that this has been nothing but a disaster ever since I purchased it. It's literally been on the car once or twice for some preliminary startups when the car still had a blown head gasket and stuff like that. So not only does this radiator need to be polished up and looking nice, it also needs to be cleaned out inside, as well as some of the fins here need to be straightened out. So anyway, I'm not going to go in how to clean out the inside of the radiator or how to straighten out fins in this video, but I am going to try to polish this thing up and make it look new. So as you can see, you know, it's pretty rough. This is how it comes from the factory or from eBay. You know, it's pretty dull. The finish is really, really dull. Now this obviously needs to be wiped down a little bit. It does have some dirt on it from sitting in my garage for years, but you can see that really the finish is nothing to write home about. So I got some stuff off Amazon. We're going to give it a shot. We're going to see if we can polish this thing up and make it look like a mirror. Okay, so the first thing that I got off Amazon were some buffing pads. These were like $11 shipped or something like that. They got pretty good reviews. These should help a great deal in getting this radiator looking like new. Basically, they attach to the drill, and then you just swirl away at that aluminum to get them polished up nice. So anyway, there are different types of cones in here. There's one of these here that's kind of like a straight-on shot, and some for the side buffing. But yeah, so I got that, and then I got some of this stuff here, Simichrome polish. This got really, really good reviews. I've used Mother's aluminum polish in the past, and it's been decent. It's done a good job, but this got really, really good reviews. I've used it here and there. It does appear to do a good job, so we're going to see if this stuff can bring this radiator back to life. Once again, this was probably, God, I can't remember. It was like $6 shipped or something like that. I'll have a link to all these products down below in the description. So if you're interested in getting this polish or these pads, it'll all be down there. And then, of course, you need a drill. Any drill will work. Corded, cordless, doesn't matter. I got my handy dandy cordless guy here, and we're going to see if we can get this thing looking good. So a couple days ago, I was waiting for paint to dry in here in the garage, and decided to try to start to polish this by hand, and then I got my little Dremel out, and this was what I was able to achieve, which is, I don't know if it's showing up on the camera, but it's a pretty big improvement over basically that. Let's take this outside and look at it in the sun, see if it shows up better. So I just went ahead and wiped this down with some simple green. So now we're going to throw the buffer bits on the drill and get to work. So I got the cone installed. Got the drill on 2, which will be at higher speed. So let's apply some of this polish paste. Let's see what it can do. Usually with this stuff, a little goes a long way. So I'm not going to load it all up for right now. I mean, there is going to be a kind of a load up with the pad itself. But anyway, yeah, smear it around, get it on there good. It's already working. You can see the pad changing color. Let's see here. Alright, let me grab a rag and wipe that off. Alright, so made a good initial kind of cut through the grime and crap that was on there. It certainly looks better than here. But we got a long ways to go, man. I want this thing like a mirror. Let's see if we can do it. I just got done with the second application, and I think we're making some real progress here. I can actually see myself somewhat in that radiator. Alright, third pass. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. It is not a mirror, but it is pretty darn close. I mean, it is significantly better. I'm going to kind of move on from here. I am pretty happy with this outcome. And actually, when I'm done, when I'm finished using this guy, as you can see, it's starting to get loaded up with polish now. as I work my way around this, once I get everything to this kind of level or this kind of finish, I'm going to go ahead and change this out to something, and then to a cleaner pad, and then do more of a light pressure on the aluminum, because right now I'm putting some pressure on it, not a lot. I'm doing everything with one hand, so I'm not wailing on this thing, but I'm trying to let the polish and the pad do all the work, and so far it's working out well, so I'm going to keep going. So I'm starting to figure out what works best while doing this. I need to put some on. Obviously I put a little bit more on there because this is a brand new buffing pad, but put a good amount on, then you rub it in, kind of load the pad up as much as you can, and instead of like what I did earlier, just flooring it with a drill, just slowly get it going. That way it can get spread evenly throughout the pad and the metal that you're buffing, and then as you get it spread out, then you can start increasing the speed. And for pressure, I'm just using a pretty light pressure right now. The first pass, I always am kind of just going pretty lightly with it. Especially with a new pad, you can see how much it's shedding. So that turned out pretty good. That like cuts through any of the grime that's on there. So now we can really start. Oh wow, I just made a mess with that. So now we can really start to polish and applying some pressure. I actually spilled paste, so that's why I was able to just glob it onto the polisher. But anyway, so now we got the grime off with that first pass. So now we can actually start applying some pressure. We really need the radiator to stay in one space, so. So after 3 passes, you can kind of see where we're at. Unfortunately, the pad that I'm using won't get close to these radiator brackets that are welded in. But you can see that we're making pretty darn good progress. Alright guys, so I'm getting to the home stretch here, and you can see how much of this I've been using, and you can see how much of the pads I've been using over here. But I kind of like this attachment here for these little detail spots. It does a really good job of kind of getting in there without kind of risking doing any kind of damage or anything like that. You can really get around some of these drain plugs and fan switch inlets. Really happy with this one. Alright, what do you think of this? It's pretty good, right? I mean, I'm not outside with this, but it's polished. Now, you can see how much of that I've used, and I've used almost every one of these little bonnets. But what we're going to do next is we're going to see if we can take this to the next level, because although it is 1,000 times better, it is not a mirror. There's great reflection, but I think it could be better. So we're going to see if we can take this to the next level. Okay guys, so what we're going to do to take this to the next level is we are going to use some Megs 105. This is a really good, it's the ultra cut compound it says, but what I love about this stuff is it works down to nothing. So it starts off pretty aggressive, but depending on the pad that you're using, this can pretty much work all the way down to a final polish before you apply your last step product. If you're working on your car, that is. I think it's going to do well on aluminum based off what I've read online. And I got a 3-inch polishing pad on here, so we're going to go ahead and apply this to here. Hit the radiator up with it, and what's nice about this Porter Cable dual action polisher is that you can adjust the speed. So we go from 3,000 revolutions all the way to 6 if we want to. So we're going to give this a shake, give this a little mist. Probably a big clump will come out. Oh, that's not bad. Apply some product on there. And let's use a spot on here that's pretty flat. We don't want to start off at 6, it'll be way too fast. We're stopped somewhere around 1500 RPMs. Let's pick this up. Spread it on there. And let's see how it does. You can see how much oxidation's come off that aluminum. So let's see where we're at. It's not coming off as easily as the other stuff. It's actually more difficult to use, it feels like. So here it is, guys, all finished up. You know what, I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. I mean, I was actually going to pay somebody to do this, but I did it for what, for 30 bucks or something like that, between those pads. And I mean, look at that shine, man. So this is the top of the radiator. This is how it'll be in the car. But yeah, 30 bucks for the pads, for the polish, the Porter cable, and the 3-inch pad, and the Megs 105. I already had that for car detailing, but and honestly, it didn't make too much of a difference. I only did it on the top, and then actually my 3-inch pad exploded. So that was the end of that. So this is the back. If you're looking in the car, you'll be looking straight down on it like this, all polished up. And man, that's a killer transformation right there. You see the way that sun hits it. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of myself. So anyway, this took hours to do. This wasn't like a 5-minute thing. This was probably 3 hours worth of polishing. So, and I used almost that entire tube of polish that I got from Amazon. So anyway, guys, that's the video for today. I'd love to show you this in the car, but that's going to be an upcoming video, and it's going to be soon. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe. Check out our website, extremedailytrappers.com, and we'll see you next time. Later.